Good day, everyone. Um, First, I'd like to thank my friends and colleagues that have encouraged me to create this YouTube channel, and also thank them for the advice that I've gotten so far. Well, this YouTube channel has been created mainly for the benefit of étrangers, mainly the English-speaking students living in Algeria, here in my wilaya and then in other wilayas as well, on how to that are finding it like difficult in some areas in their field of study, most especially the engineering students. Well, I've been asked questions mostly from the English speaking students about how one gets to understand the method used here in Algeria. And most times I reply, you need patience, you need positivity. I mean, you have to have that positive mind from the very beginning of the semester, and of course full concentration and hard work. Like, you shouldn't look at every module as difficult, or because you have the idea that analysis is difficult, algebra is difficult, and so your mind is, you are reading but you have that back of your mind that this module is difficult. It's going to be like, anytime you read it, even something that you might be able to understand, because of that notion that it is difficult, you look at everything in that book you're studying as difficult. So, well, I hope the tutorials I'll be posting from time to time will help enlighten you in some way on how to go about your quiz and your TDs, and hopefully, by God's grace, even in your exams. So, I wish you all the best, and now we can begin. So, we're going to begin with analysis, and I realize that this is the second topic that most wilayas now are treating, like most universities in various wilayas are treating in analysis. So we're going to first start with the definition of a suite. And a suite is a function defined in N. First, what is as an ensemble N? Ensemble N, it's ensemble of natural numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to N. Now, this is what we call N appartient à l'ensemble N. Now, if they tell you N appartient à l'ensemble N étoile, it means all, like, the numbers that are contained in the ensemble of natural numbers minus 0. That is, 0 will not be included in that. So you're starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now, a suite can be noted as UN, or tout simplement UN lorsque N appartient à grand N. So when you see this, don't be scared. It's just what we note a suite as. There are various ways to define a suite. A suite can be defined according to its general term. We say term général, and it can also be defined according to what we call the suite récurrente. That's the recurring suite. For the suite defined according to its term général, don't mind my French as well, the spelling. We can define a suite UN, let's define it as UN, as, let me say, 2 raised to the power of N lorsque N appartient à N. Here I can say lorsque N appartient à N without saying N étoile, because N raised to the power of 0 is 1, so 0 can also be in this ensemble. So if we're asked to find the first 3 terms of these suites, for example, I can say for N equal to 0, for N equal to 1, for N equal to 2. For N equal to 0, I can say 2 raised to the power of 0 is 2 raised to the power of, and 2 raised to the power of 0, of course, we know it is 1. For 2, 1, I can say 2, 1, which is 2. U2, 2 raised to the power of 2, which is 4. This is when you're defining the suite according to its term général. Now, for when you're defining according to its recurring suite, which we say like the suite récurrente, I can say most times, all the time, you are giving the first term of the suite. Let's say it is 1, and the definition of that suite, let's say un plus 2. So according from this first term, you'll be able to find the next term, and so on and so forth. Okay, let me give an example. Let's find the next 2 terms of this suite. We already have u0 as 1, so we can find u1 and u2. Now n is equal to 0. If I replace 0 in this n, I'll be having 0 plus 1. And if I have 0 plus 1, that means I have u1 is equal to u0 plus 2. Now u1 is equal to u0 is what? 1. 1 plus 3. So we're having racine de 4. Square root of 4, I'm sorry. And square root of 4 we know is 2. To find the second term, which is u, I'll replace this. Remember, I'm using the previous term to find the next term for a suite recurrent. Now I can use this one, I replace it here. Now we're going for when n is equal to 1. This one, if I replace it here, I'll have 1 plus 1, which is 2. So u2, and then n is what? 1. So u1 plus 2. So u2 will be equal to la racine de u1 is 2, which we calculated. 2. Okay, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a 2, so this is racine de 3. So our final answer is racine de 3. So 1 plus 2, we got it as racine de 3. So our u1 is what? Racine de 3 plus 2. Of course, this can be broken down, and that's how you keep going until you get to the nth term of your suite. That's so far about the definition of a suite. There are various examples that you can give, but the main thing is either you define it according to the term général or according to the suite récurrente. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the properties of a suite, and from there other subsequent tutorials will come up. Thank you very much for your time.